My first interaction with English was when I was 9 years old. My family and I had to move to United States. We moved to San Diego, California, and I started a fourth grade of elementary there. Since then, I interact with the language, and I loved it. I always visualize my life interacting and working with this language.
Hi, my name is Luber López Figueroa, and English plays an important role in my life because all of the things that I do and enjoy are basically in English. The first interaction that I had with the language was when I was 5 years old when I moved to Florida. I like English because it is the most spoken language in the world. Plus, in the future, it will open a lot of doors for me. During the study of the English development, I found a lot of interesting facts. But the one that outstands the more for me is the fact that at the beginning, English was considered a language for the low class, and French was the language spoken by the high class. This is really interesting for me because nowadays we know that English is one of the most important languages spoken all around in the world. It doesn't matter what social class you are, you have to know English. So that's the reason why I found it interesting how English managed the way to turn into one of the most important language all over the world.
My favorite accent is British accent. I love how people sound when they talk, but I also think that British accent is one of the most difficult because maybe other people sometimes don't understand what they are saying because of the pronunciation. They don't always say the word complete, so this is hard for other people to understand.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Singapore. Singapore is located on Southeast Asia, and it consists of one 30-mile long island, and it is surrounded by 62 smaller islands. The English language was established in Singapore during the World War II by colonists in the 19th century. At that time, the native language was Malay, Tamil, and Mandarin. But all of that changed when the British Empire entered, since English started to spread very dense in almost all of the people.
In South Africa, geyser means water heater or a boiler, and robot means a traffic light, and bioscope means cinema, and Skinner means gossip, and lekker means like great or nice.
I'm going to make a huge impact over my students when I start teaching by loving what I do. I believe that in order to be successful in something, in this case, making my students learn English, you have to love what you do. That's why when I start teaching, I'm going to do it with passion in order for them to learn. At the same time, I'm going to try to maintain my English interesting for my students. That way, they won't get bored and pay more attention to my classes. At the same time, I am going to try to maintain my classes interesting for my students, trying to expose them to authentic material. That way, they will be learning language that they will actually use in the future.